Today we're taking a look at 8 things that 7 Days to Die doesn't tell you. Let's get to it. I'm sure there's a lot more than what we're going to cover in this video that the game does not tell you. These descriptions of most things and the data that this game gives you, the feedback that it gives you in-game, is severely lacking. But let's get started with the 8 things that I currently know about. You burn more food and water when you are sprinting. The game doesn't tell you this anywhere, but you do. There's a dev command that gives us a graph and real-time feedback of the amount of water we are burning. I can't get it to work on food for some reason, but it does work on water. And as you can see, our water is currently ticking down as we stand still. Just being alive in the game, not doing anything at all, not spending stamina or anything, you burn 0.0111 water every second. So in order to see the difference, what I did is I sprinted through a preset destination, little path that I had set up, and I recorded it. And then I just stood still for the same amount of time. And I recorded that as well. I took both of those clips into my editing software, lined them up so that they had the same amount of missing water, and then ended them at the exact same duration when I was done sprinting. Recorded the values and subtracted them to get the difference. Now, some of you astute people that are watching this are going to be like, yeah, FireSpark, but you lose food and water when you regen stamina. In this test, I had that value reduced by 100%, so I did not lose any food and water in these tests for regenning stamina, or at least I shouldn't have been. If you want to know more about how I achieved that, watch my video on Nomad Armor. I'll link it down below. So after running this test, there was a 0.0389 difference in my water loss. These clips that I used to do this test were 19 seconds long, well, just shy of 19 seconds long. So I'm not sure what the entire math of that works out to be, but you do lose just a little bit more food and water when you are sprinting. So if you're sprinting all the time and you're like, why am I hungry all the time? Well, it adds up over time, even though it is a very small number. Next up, you burn food to heal. The XML files say that we are supposed to burn water to heal, but we do not. We actually burn food to heal, and the game doesn't tell you this, and it is very evident if you put points into healing factor. Healing factor does not tell you this either, but you can see it clear as day because you will heal quickly after taking damage, and you will see your food just plummet very fast. There are 4 different weapons, or I should say items, because one of them isn't necessarily a weapon, that have a base dismemberment chance that the game does not tell you about. And those are the stone axe has a 5% increased chance to dismember. The chainsaw has a 100% chance to dismember. The machete also has a 100% chance to dismember. And all sledgehammers have a 30% chance to dismember. Your fists, so you yourself, have a 5% chance to dismember. All the weapon skills, so the skills specific to weapons, so for example, brawler or deep cuts, all increase block damage along with increasing entity damage. It doesn't mention it anywhere in the game, but once you have the skill maxed out, it essentially doubles your damage that you do with that weapon to blocks. Leveling any of the attributes, so for example, fortitude or perception, increases your chance to find armor books. Now, I'm not 100% sure how much, but I'm going to explain to you why and then let you decide for yourself. So as you can see here in the code, it says loot probability and then it's percent add, so it's adding a specific percent, then levels 1 through 10, and then it gives the value of how much it's supposed to add per that 1 through 10. And when it doesn't give specific values for each individual level, it just kind of balances out. So for example, at level 1, it's adding a 1. Now, in every other situation where there is a percentage value, a 1 is 100%. So for example, if it was 10%, it would be 0.1, but it's not here. It is a 1, which leads me to believe that at level 1, you get a 100% chance to find armor books. So that means at level 2, it would be 200%, and then at level 3, 300%, and at level 10, 1000%, I think is what we are seeing here. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, it's percentage values that it's adding, and that is indeed a 10 at level 10, so I'll let you decide on your own. But nonetheless, the game doesn't tell you this, and it's the same for every single main attribute. If you put points into any of those attributes, you are increasing your chance to find armor books. Coming in at number 6, we have some skills can increase your chance to find the perk books. So for example, salvage operations increases your chance to find the wasteland treasure books. Now, not every skill does this. So for example, Skull Crusher only lets you find the crafting magazines for sledgehammers. It doesn't give you any other special perk books. Pummel Pete, however, will increase your chance to find the Batter Up books. I really think this information needs to be listed for each specific skill so that you can know what skills to put points into if you want to find specific books. Now, a lot of them kind of just make sense. Like if you're going to level clubs, then you would want the batter up books. So you're just naturally going to level Pummel Pete anyway. But for example, the salvage operations to find the Wasteland Treasures books, who would have known? Who would have thought? There are Wasteland Treasure books that are very handy for pretty much every build. Master Chef increases your chance to find food, not just in dumpsters, just food in general, everywhere in every loot container that can have food in it. So if we take a look here at Master Chef, you can see that it has Perk Master Chef 2, and this is the tags that is used in the loot XML to find the additional food inside the dumpsters. You can see that this is only active at levels 2 and 3, and it increases the value by 2. Not sure what exactly that means when it comes to the loot probability, because if you look right below that, you can see increase the chance to find food items with each perk rank, and then it has, once again, 1 through 3, and it's 2 through 10. So that middle value there at level 2, I'm not sure what exactly that's going to be, somewhere between 2 and 10. And once again, we're adding percent values here, so if I'm not mistaken, at level 1, it's a 200% increased chance to find food in containers that have the tags food skill. Nowhere in the description at any point does it tell you that you're going to find just more food in general. It tells you that you'll find more food in dumpsters at level 2, but that's it. And it's very clear here in the XML code that there are 2 separate instances on finding food, one specifically for dumpsters and one just in general. Last but not least, every time you get hit by a zombie, it reduces your resistance to negative status effects. So for example, being stunned, being infected, getting bleed, all of those nasty things that zombies can do to you when they attack you. Taking multiple hits back to back is absolutely terrible because of this. We can actually see this effect happen in game, and you gotta love the variable that they named this. Now, I know it's supposed to be cumulative resistance chance, and I'm not sure what the CH stands for, but shortening it to, well, you can see it there on the screen, is just absolutely hilarious. Anyway, looking at this graph, this shows us our cumulative resistance to being hit, and you can see that every time we get hit by a zombie, that goes up. So each time we get hit by a zombie, it reduces our resistance by 0.1%. Then once you do get a status effect on you, that resets, and then it starts stacking again. Now, this stacking debuff that gets applied to you when you get hit does disappear after a while. After not being hit for a few seconds, it immediately starts to tick down, and then after about 12 seconds or so, it just goes away completely and resets to your full resistance. So what you want to do is essentially try not to get hit more than once about every 12 seconds. Now, this isn't going to prevent you from getting negative status effects at all, but it will help ensure that your resistance stays at its max amount, helping to ensure that you don't get nearly as many negative status effects on you. I'll keep an eye out for more things that I notice, and once I get another decent sized list, I'll make another video, but for now, that is all I have for you. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful or informational in any way, please consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. And if you're looking for some more of my 7 Days to Die content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.